Hello everyone, I'm Moi Sansan. In this video, I'm going to set bones for this character. I usually create a new layer outside the character group. So if you need to add some other things in the future, for example, the character holds something, and you can put outside the character group and keep the layer neat. First, add a main bone. I put it on the pelvis of the character. Ensure that the x-coordinate of the main bone is 0. Then set the bones of the body. First, I set a bone from the pelvis to the waist. I made a script myself. It can set a bone from one point to another point. Can make the length of the bone more precise. This character will have many bones, so remember to rename the bones. Then set a bone of the chest. Then the bones of the neck and head. Next, I will add bones to the 2 points of the waist. Then add the bones to the bottom of the clothes. 1 point bone can show 1 point. The point bones are so big, but in Moho, the point bone cannot scale on the frame 0. I will go to the frame 1 to scale these point bones. Then select these 3 point bones. Copy and paste the keyframe of the frame 1 to frame 0. Now when I manipulate the bones, the 3-point bones are changed the size I adjusted, kind of like offset bones. This method is only applicable to 1-point bone bind to 1 point. If 1-point bone is bind to 2 or more points, this method cannot be used. Then bind points on the clothes. The armpits on the both sides also need to be added separately to control the bones. The 2-point bones of the armpit need to be connected to the bones of the shoulder. The bones of the shoulder have not created yet. Temporarily connect to the bones of the chest. These 2 points on the neck are bound to the bones of the head. When the head moves like this, the neck will follow. Look naturally. Next, set the bones of the facial. First, set a bone. This bone is the main controller of the facial. Then set a bone of the nose. Add a point bone to the mouth so that when I scaled it, the mouth can be scaled proportionally. Of course, when the layer is scaled, the stroke will also be scaled. You can bind each layer in the mouth with point. When the scaling in that way, the stroke will keep the original width. Next, set the bones of the left eye. The eye white and the eyeballs are controlled by 2 bones respectively. The position of the bone is on the center point of the shape. The parent of the eyeball bones is the eye white bones. Now copy these 2 bones. Then click on the parent bone and flip bone. Then modify the x-coordinate of the bone from a negative number to a positive number. It should be noted that flipping the bones, the parent bone must be an independent bone. Eye band layer. Next, set a bone of the eyebrows. When I'm making an animation, I need to modify the 3 points of the eyebrow to make other expressions. So I need to set the bones of these 3 points separately. Similarly, copy these 3 bones and click on the parent bone. Copy and flip. Then modify the x coordinate. Next, set bones of the glasses. Set bone and bind it to the left spectacle lens. Then set a bone of the glasses leg. Glasses bind points. Remember to bind the points of the glasses leg behind. Bind layer for ears. Remember to bind these 2 points on the back of the glasses leg. then connect the parent bones. The parent bones of the facial feature as stachiolenses are connected to the bone of facial. And the bones of the ears are connected to the bones of the head, like this. Next, set a bone on the top of the head to bind the hair. Silly hair need to bind bones separately. Now I rotate the bone of the hair. The center point of the hair is wrong. In fact, I don't need his hair to rotate for this character. The bones of hair are actually for me too lazy. As you can see, when I flip the bone of the hair will turn to the other side. Now I will set a bone for the face. This is also a bone to be lazy. When I made the face shape on the left, I can flip the bone directly and get the right side of the face. Now I want to set the bones of the left arm. I hide all bones first. Then create a temporary main bone. First, set a bone of the arm. Then set bones for the shoulder joint and elbow joint to the middle points of the arm. the bones on the arms will be more complicated. Remember to rename. These two bones are connected to the bones of the arm. Next, set a bone of the shoulder and elbow joints. Pay attention to my operation. The parents of these two bones are the two medium length bones. Next, create a bone in the middle of the arm. Make target of these two medium length bones to this bone. Then find the points of the arm. Look closely at the elbow joint. The shape of the elbow joint is misaligned. Click on the bone of the elbow joint and set the ankle control bone as its parent. This fixes the shape of the elbow joint. The shoulder joint is the same way. Next, set the bone of the sleeve. The bone of the sleeve is similar to the arm. Pay attention to my operation. Next, create two bones of the calf. Then position control bone of the back sleeve bone is set to the bone of the front sleeve. Then modify the value. Now looks very good. Now when I scale the arm bones, the length of the sleeve not changed. I only need to set the scale controller of the sleeve bone to the arm bone. Now I hide the bones that I don't need to use, and set the bones of the forearm. Oh, don't forget to bind the patch layer. The patch layer is bent to the bone of the shoulder. Next, I set a bone of the forearm. Then create two medium length bones. Then set bones of the joints. Finally, set a bone in the medium of the forearm. The target of two bones of medium length is connect to this bone. And bind points. Set the angle control bone of the joint bone to the medium length bone. The forearm has been done. Head bones I don't need to use. Then set a bone of the hand. Now it looks very good. Next, set a bone of the shoulder. Oh, here I forgot to cancel the parent connection, so the position is wrong. I set a small bone at the end of the shoulder. Then check independent angle box. This way the shoulder will not affect the angle of the arm. You can also not set this small bone. You can check by inverse kinematic box on the shoulder bone. Now I show all the bones on the arm. Then copy. Click on this temporary main bone and flip it. Modify the coordinate of the x-axis. The bones of the right arm is finished. Now these two temporary main bones can be deleted. I don't need them anymore. Then take a closer look at the bones of the right calf. They are a bit round. Just change y-axis coordinate from a negative number to positive number. Then bind points. Now show the bones of the clothes. Connect the armpit bones to the shoulder bones. Let the armpit move with the shoulder, and I can also control the position of the armpit. Next, create the bones of the left leg. First, set a bone of the thigh. Then create two medium-length bones. Then it is important to note that the character's leg need to be controlled by the target bone, so they cannot connect bones to the thigh bone. Then I will set a bone outside the thigh. Then create a bone at the same angle as the thigh. It and the thigh bone are connected to the upper bone. Then set angle control bone of this bone to the thigh bone. Now you can see that the angle of the bone is the same as that of thigh bone. The other bones must be connected to this bone. The next bone setting method is the same as the arm. Next, set a bone of the foreleg. The angle of socks is not perfect. I will set a bone to bind the socks later. Create a socks bone and connect it to the medium length bone. Then set its angle controller to the medium length bone and change the value to 0.5. Set the scale control bone to the foreleg bone. Next is the bones of the feet. You should be how to do it. I create a bone separately for the angle. Now copy and paste the bones of the left leg to the right leg. And then find points. Now there is a problem when the bones of the thighs are scaled, because I forgot to set the scale control bone. Okay, the bones of the legs is finished. Next, set a bone of the butt. Connect the bones of the two legs to the butt bone. Then these 2 points of the butt set bones separately. These 2-point bones should be connected to the thigh. Now the bone of this character is finished. In the next video, I will make a turn for this character. See you next time.